Welcome to our physical science class, children. Today we are going to learn about effects of force and pressure. Now our discussion topic is effect of force on change of the state of motion of an object and its direction. See children, here some examples. Place a football on the ground. The ball will remain in a state of rest unless someone kick the ball. If you kick the ball starts moving. Now, kick the moving ball again in the same direction. What happened? The speed of the ball increases. If you place your leg against the moving ball, what happened? The ball becomes rest, means stop. From this example, we can say that move the ball from its position of rest by applying a force. We can stop the moving ball and bring it back to rest by applying a force. See children, here one more example. A boy playing with a rubber tire by pushing it with a stick. He pushed the tire again and again with the stick to increase its speed. Here, every push he is applying a little more force on the moving tire in the direction of motion. Hence, the speed of the tire increases. From these examples, we can say that we can move the object from its position of rest by applying a force on it. If the net force acts in the direction of motion, the speed of an object moving with constant speed also increase. If the net force acts in a direction opposite to the motion, then it either slows down the object or brings it to a rest, or it may change the direction of motion. Now we see the effects of net force on direction of moving object. See children, here hit a carom coin with the striker. Again hit the coin with the striker. You can observe that in each case the direction of the coin changes. When you hit the coin with the striker, not only does the coin change its direction, but the striker changes its direction also. From these observations, we can say that a net force stops a moving object or makes a stationary object move, and also changes the speed and direction of a moving object. So, we can say that a force can change the state of motion of an object. Now, see the other effects of force. Effects of force on the shape of an object. Here, children, some situations are given in the table. The first column shows the force is applied on the object. Second column shows the effects of force on the shape of the object, that is temporary change or permanent change. See children, here first one, stretching rubber band, means when we stretch the rubber band using some force, it is temporary change, because when we remove the force on the rubber band, it gets its first shape, so it is temporary change. Squeezing sponge, when we squeeze the sponge using some force on it, after removing force on the sponge, it gets its first shape, so it is also temporary change. Tearing paper means when we tear a paper using some force, after tearing it does not get its first shape, so it is a permanent change. Also, breaking piece of chalk and making chapati and breaking glass using some force, after applying force, it's change its shape permanently. So these are permanent changes. So from these examples, we can understand that a force not only changes the state of motion of an object, but can also change the shape of an object. Now we are going to learn about pressure. Now we observe the change in effects of force with area of contact with an activity. Here, take a pencil. Now push it rounded end on your palm. Now push from the other side of the pencil, means the sharp end of the pencil on your palm. What difference did you experience, children? When you push the palm with using rounded end of the pencil, you experience less force on your palm. When you push from the sharp side of the pencil, you experience more force on your palm. From this activity, we can conclude that The effects of force depends on the area of contact on which the force is acting. When there is a decrease in the area of contact of the force or load, then the effects of force increases. For example, porters place turbans, that means talapaga, on their head when they have to carry heavy loads because they are increasing surface area. Thereby, they are decreasing the force applied by object. So see some more examples. School bags and shopping bags have broad straps as handles because the surface area increases, the force applied by objects decreases. Children, have you observed lorries carrying heavy loads have a large number of broader tires because the effect of force depends on the area of contact on which the force is acting. When the area of contact is more, then the force acting is less. So, lorries have a large number of broader tires to carry heavy loads. So, we can say that the force acting perpendicularly on unit area of a surface is called pressure. So here pressure is equal to force by area. The unit of pressure in SI system is Newton per meter square. Now identifying effects of force. Let us do an activity. Take two trays. Fill both the trays with fine sand. Now take two rectangular bricks of equal mass and similar shape. Keep one brick vertically in one tray and the other brick horizontally in the second tray. Now you observe the brick standing vertically 6 deeper in sand than the brick standing horizontally. Here the masses of both bricks are similar. The force applied on the sand by them is the same on both the trays, but the surface area of the brick in contact with the sand is differ from other. In this activity, the contact area on which force is acting is differ in each case. The depth to which the brick sinks in the first tray is deeper than that in the second tray. We already know the force acting perpendicularly on unit area of a surface is called pressure. When area of contact increases, the pressure is decreases, and area of contact decreases, the pressure is increases. In this activity, in the first tray, the area of contact is lesser than the second tray. So, in the first tray, the pressure is exerted by the brick is more than the second tray brick exerted pressure. See children, one more example. When we use a sharp side of a knife rather than blunt side of knife, because it cuts more easily than its blunt side, because the area of contact of sharp side is smaller than the area of contact of blunt side of knife. So here we use the same amount of force applied on it. The sharp side of knife exerted more pressure than the blunt side of the knife. So it is cuts more easily. From the above examples, we can say that the surface area is smaller, the pressure will be greater. If you use a large area, you are spreading out the force and the pressure becomes smaller.